you amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another reaction video. This one has been heavily recommended for me to react to. So I just want to say as well, before I jump into this one, I've been seeing a lot of recommendations to check out different kinds of videos around anime, around Japan, around all sorts of different content. And a lot of you have been asking me to do some anime endings reaction videos too. I do want to just say, even though you guys request the anime endings reactions, whenever I do them, you don't really watch them. So that's why you don't get them as much. However, I will do another anime endings reaction video because there are some I really want to do like in a compilation thing. So there is going to be a few more coming. Just make sure you guys support them when I release them. But for now, I'm going to stop talking. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to Gigguk if you're not subscribed to him already. He is the person whose video we're going to be watching today. We're going to be checking out the best of anime of 2023. Hopefully there's no spoilers in this. We'll maybe skip a few if there is. We'll see how it goes. But a lot of people have asked me to react to this. It's been heavily recommended. So let's do it. I'm going to stop talking. Like the video, subscribe like I said. And let's jump into my first anime reaction to Gigguk's best anime of 2023.
Well, it's that time again. Another year has passed us by, and with it has gone another year of anime. We got good shows, we got bad shows, but the real question is, what are the moments that are going to be remembered? 2023 was a year dominated by absolute heavyweight shows just completely taking over. Anime seemed inescapable whether you were a fan or not. Successful.
Absolutely fucking crazy when you think Oshinoko was 2023. Anyone else just feel like Oshinoko was like 100 years ago?
Live action adaptations, legendary series coming to an end, memes, so many memes. It feels like the influence of a handful of shows have truly seeped into mainstream pop culture and only continues to grow from there.
Fortnite and Jujutsu Kaisen
happening around our little sphere. Anime fans continue to find any opportunity to complain about CG. This time even Demon Slayer was catching strays, with viewers complaining about how these fishes look like an absolute joke. How dare any animation studio consider this acceptable quality, they cried. Meanwhile, in Isekai land, this is what peak CGI looks like. Togashi drew two lines.
I can't help but completely agree. That may be the best sheep monster thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's got 44 million views, 400k likes, and 100,000 retweets. Meanwhile, I'm out here drawing at least 8 lines, and I'm still waiting for Shonen Jump to hit me up with that manga deal. One Piece defied all odds by giving us a live-action adaptation that didn't suck, while the Jujutsu Kaisen fanbase came together to collectively say, nah, I'd win. Which is what I think they say when they enter a contest of who can more effectively spoil their fucking series. But they would probably win against this random dude from Mashal. And Rhodes Emus! I mean, look at him. He lasted like 2 seconds. Who the hell would play a character like that? Probably some dumbass hack. For real though, it's been 10 years now since I've been doing these yearly anime recaps.
I gotta be careful. If this starts to get into spoiler territory, I will end the video. I was told that it wasn't gonna be spoilers, so I told it was gonna be fine. But I don't know if I trust you guys that much, so we'll see.
I have gone through a bloody decade of anime, and a lot has changed during that time. I can only imagine the wild things that were happening in 2013 back then. Hayao Miyazaki finishes his latest feature film, The Wind Rises, just before announcing his retirement from filmmaking at the ripe young age of about 197 years old. So that was a fucking lie. There are a lot of shows that didn't make my list this year. Not because they weren't good, but because I didn't have much to say about them other than it was good. Hell's Paradise was fun, so was Mashal, so was Undead Unluck. One day I'm sure the West will appreciate Uma Musume as much as Asia does.
I've heard Undead Unluck is supposed to be very good. I've heard Mashal is supposed to be amazing. And Hell's Paradise was mega underappreciated. It should not have got slated for the animation.
Today is not that day. Mushoku Tensei continued my favorite isekai story of all time by having its main character go, I cannot get it up. People have been trashing Rudy left, right, and center, but I think he's proved he's a real gentleman by showing that he never, ever raises his sword at a girl. Alright, let's get to my favorite shows of the year. But before we do, a quick word from my sponsor, Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club delivering a box of...
Okay, so I will always, if channels ever like have sponsors that are to do with them, then we always promote it here on this channel. But I don't think Bespoke. I might be wrong. Is Bespoke Post? It's not like a Gigguk run thing. I don't want because I never do. Basically, this is my rule on this channel. It's the same as Moist Critical. If a channel is ever promoting their Patreon, ever promoting their channel, ever promoting their own merchandise, we'll always play it, we'll always show it here on the channel. But if they're ever promoting an external sponsor, we don't show it. Because it's nothing to do with me. What I will say, in place of this, is go subscribe to Gigguk if you're not subscribed to him already. Link to his channel is in the description. Go show him all the love in the freaking world. I mean that. Go show him all the love in the world. He's a great guy.
Sponsor, and now, back to the video. The zombie genre is probably one of the most saturated and overdone genres you can find in any entertainment medium. About 10 years ago. Yet somehow in 2023, we still got an entirely fresh and original take on it in Zom 100.
Zom 100
Zom 100
is great.
tells the sad story of Mappa employees. Overworked and undervalued by the company overlords
Wait,
that
is Zom
run their
100
lives, it
Mappa?
takes an entire zombie apocalypse for Akira Tender to start living the life he should have. This show felt like a personal call-out for anyone who's ever worked a dead-end job in their lives and has daydreamed of something, anything happening to take away their responsibility out of their hands, even if that thing is the end of the world. Akira personifies that feeling of pure freedom we all secretly wish we had. That feeling that breaks the shackle of responsibility of having to go to work.
I gotta say, Gigguk's editing and style and speaking and voice and everything is fucking awesome. The guy is incredible.
Of having to wake up for school the next day. Eren Yeager looks at him and goes, "Fuck that guy," which is embodied in one of the most impressive opening episodes all year, where you could feel that every single person working on it channeled their passionate hatred of all the previous employers that had ever wronged them. Unfortunately, it felt like a lot of the hype got taken away, largely due to episode releases being plagued with constant delays because of time slots and supposed production issues. Oh hey, would you look at that? Even though the show lost some steam as it went on and was tonally a bit all over the place at times, it was still a fun little show I think anyone could enjoy, because in this day and age where it feels like people are fighting tooth and nail just to survive, I think a lot of us could use a story about one man reminding us all how to live.
I like that. I like that. No spoilers either. I like that. Zom 100 has been on my list. I really do want to check it out.
The most respected genre in anime, but this year we saw the 100 girlfriends who love you come along and personally made sure
I'm guessing
that
that
it never will be. This is the story of a man who got rejected so many times, who had such negative riz. God took pity and gave him 100 different girls he had to date or they'd all die. This was like watching someone dying of thirst in the desert.
That's the story?
So then God goes, "Alright, I've got a solution." I'm listening. "Just fucking drown him." But what God didn't plan for was that he chose someone who could chug the ocean dry and still have room for more. 100 Girlfriends has a concept so dumb, it will need to be as batshit crazy as its own premise to even have a chance of making it work.
This anime
and that's
is
exactly why
great.
it does. It's stupid, it's unhinged, it knows exactly how insane it is,
What
and
was
then
that?
runs with it 10 kilometers past where it needed to go. By all means, this show shouldn't have worked if we didn't have the greatest harem protagonist to bring it all together. Yes, we were Grace with the apex of boyfriends, the partner she tells you not to worry about. He may look like the most unthreatening guy possible, but watch him be like, "Don't worry, I come in peace. Hi, what's your name?"
Peace.
It's rare for me to laugh at a comedy anime, and even rarer when it comes to lowbrow harem rom-coms, but 100 Girlfriends was a showcase of how to do a
Am I crazy? Some of the
even rarer when it comes to low
That's just a mole. I was like, what the fuck is the deal with this?
brow harem rom-coms,
Alright,
but
never
100
mind.
Girlfriends was a showcase of how to do a parody correctly. Reinforced by Biberi Animation Studio doing a bang-up job selling all of these jokes in the anime adaptation. They went above and beyond.
I've
I can't
heard
wait to
this
see
is
how they
actually
adapt the
really
manga
fun.
beyond the whoa, wait, what? Why are you all running away?
Tom Cruise. The fucking I recently did an interview with Koreji Oli of Hololive Indonesia's branch. She was absolutely wonderful. Check out that interview if you haven't seen it already. And she told me that one of her favorite recent animes was The 100 Girlfriends Who really love you. She said it was amazing and really funny. So I'm just saying, it's got a lot of praise. Oh, I love this song so much.
In the minds of anime fans,
Such a
3D
good
animation
song.
comes in two tiers.
Such a
There's the
good
Berserk
song.
2016 tier, a show so disastrous it has scarred the anime community from 3D anime to this day. And then there's this, the aesthetic that looks like one of those games I apparently won't
That's
last
for,
5
like,
seconds
final-
playing. The real ones know though, that studio...
I won't last 5 seconds playing. It's fucking great. Oh my god, I love that. Brilliant. I mean, what does he mean? That's weird. Games he won't last 5 seconds playing? Someone have to explain that to me in the comment section.
Orange has been out here creating their own tier. Every project, they seem to continually push themselves, one-up themselves, and Trigun Stampede is their best looking show yet. Not just with some of the jaw-dropping action sequences and camera work, but small micro expressions and camera animation that give their work just a bit more life. They are still continuing to push the boundary of what is possible in a 3D anime in every way possible. When I got the lucky opportunity to talk to a producer at Studio Orange, he called themselves the hentai of the anime industry, and, well, that's pretty accurate because what they've done with Trigun Stampede has got me bricked up. Alright, but how's the show? Trigun is one of the most beloved anime from the old school Adult Swim era, and when you take on the mantle of rebooting a franchise like this, you always have to contend with picky fans comparing each and every little change in detail. Vash's bounty is way smaller, he has a different haircut, different gun, character designs that looked like this, now look like this. Huh, now where have I seen this aesthetic before? Oh. The spaghetti western feel takes a backseat to fully flesh out a hard sci-fi story. It's more dark, more gritty. One of my favorite things from the original being Vash and Wolfwood's epic buddy cop dynamic feels a tad more intense.
I'll skin you alive and play with your bones until you're begging to die. You got that straight.
Wait, is Gigguk a dub watcher? I noticed a lot of these have been in dub, but maybe. No shade. No shade. I'm one of these people who believes you should enjoy the content in the way you want to enjoy it. So if you're a dub watcher, watch it in dub. If you're a sub watcher, watch it in sub. No one should be able to judge you. Watch it in whichever way you want to watch it. Enjoy it whichever way you want to enjoy it. It's the content you're viewing, so make sure whichever way is that you're watching it is what you would prefer. So don't ever let anyone tell you, watch it this way, watch it that way. Either way, I always let my community decide because I'm hoping you guys just give me the best viewing experience. So that's what I usually do.
Make no mistake, this is an entirely new Trigun, but one thing I can always respect is when a reboot tries to do
anyone see the Final Fantasy movie? Just give me that sort of vibe.
By the end of the season, it becomes abundantly clear what all these changes were leading up to, and goddamn did it leave me wanting more. In a time where I feel like we're getting starved of good, hard science fiction anime, this has to be one of the most unique and interesting sci-fi worlds we've seen in years.
Looks
and
really
I honestly think the way things are set up, it has the chance to do even more than the original did if it gets future seasons. When people remember Trigun, they say, oh yeah, Trigun, I freaking loved Trigun. But if you ask them before that what they recommended we go back and watch, Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, Trigun has always been on that second or third echelon of recommendations behind the classics. And I fully believe that with what Studio Orange have set up with this season, it has
I feel like I need to watch Cowboy Bebop as well, by the way.
The potential to go up to this tier.
Also, any of you watched Altered Carbon? Can we all agree? Season 1, fucking amazing. Season 2, not great at all. And yet, I would absolutely love a Season 3. And it just somehow ignores that Season 2 exists and just follows on from Season 1 and brings back the same character. Because goddamn, Season 1 was so good. That's my hope. Ah, nice! An anime I've seen!
A few anime last year that exploded onto the scene as fast as Oshinoko did. Our hearts were torn to shred in a tragic 90-minute opening episode. A new meta was formed as anime companies saw the feature-length opening premiere and said, wait, you can do that?
It's free real estate.
The opening song became the very first Japanese song to top the global Billboard 100 charts. The people of my anime list came together and went, fuck you, Full Metal Alchemist, this is the greatest anime ever made. Then, everyone remembered there was an entire rest of the show you needed to watch. Describing the plot of Oshinoko is like, alright, so there's a doctor who's a huge fan of this one idol, and it turns out that idol he likes shows up at the hospital with and turns out he gets reborn as that person's crazy man comes back and murders well, and it's maybe the same person, maybe not, but then because his mother's really traumatic. So, it's an idol anime? No. Sometimes Oshinoko is a victim of its own insanity.
I mean, it is. Oh man, I don't mean to keep saying this, but it's true. I actually did an interview with a K-pop girl group, and I asked them what animes they're watching, and they said that they're watching Oshinoko at the moment because they find a lot of similarities to the story of Oshinoko to them being idols as well. And I find that really intriguing because it does seem like it is an idol anime in some regard as well, but it also isn't. Oshinoko, like Gigguk just said, is fucking impossible to explain. However, I personally think it is great.
Same premise. Like, I don't even know if I fully understand this main character. A grown-ass, idol-obsessed man who gets reincarnated as the son of the girl he idolized and grows up being obsessed with his now mum and any other girl who even remotely reminds him of her. Like, if I call him a motherfucker, is he more likely to say fuck you or yes please? Here's a feed of Sigmund Freud's grave right now. But behind all that, the show shines as this interesting, no bullshit, Instagram filters off look at the Japanese entertainment industry, showing you what really happens behind those closed doors when the cameras are turned off.
I hate the media!
This was the show that tricked everyone into thinking they were watching another idol anime, when in reality it was almost the complete opposite. And the real ones know the true thing single-handedly elevating the reputation of idol fans in 2023 is the sheer existence of Aoi Todo. With how popular this got, I find it interesting how much I heard this title being thrown around last year when most people saying it probably didn't even know what an Oshinoko is. See, in Japanese, Oshi means a person who I support, and in idol culture is normally used to refer to someone's favorite idol. So the term Oshinoko has a clever double meaning that could be my favorite idol or my idol's children, which both perfectly describe the show. Basically, what I'm trying to say is Oshis are worshipped in idol fandom in the same way that Taylor Swift has become the Jesus for white women.
I'm just going to say, Taylor Swift is not just the Jesus for white women. She's the Jesus for everybody. All right, let's just be real. Taylor Swift is amazing. I will have no Taylor Swift slander. None of it. No, all right? Behave yourself. Anyway. So interestingly broken down. It is super interesting. Oh, it's making me want to go back and watch it. Also, I already knew the title thing, so that's not blowing my mind there. Ah, man, it is pretty fucking awesome, isn't it? It is really good. It's one of those anime where you feel like, nah, it doesn't live up to the hype, and then you're like, actually it does. And it's the same with the song Idol. So many people will be like, Idol will be like the #1 anime opening of 2023. And so many people will be like, nah, it can't be. Truth is, yeah, it can. There's a reason it topped the global charts, because it is an absolute banger of a song. It's actually a great song. And I understand there's so many other songs that maybe suit our preferences a little bit better, whether they're more like rock or metal based or rap based. But you have to give credit where credit's due. And Idol is it's a fucking banger of a song. Number 9.
I am atomic.
I might need to skip this one. I feel like there's going to be spoilers, right? The Eminence in Shadow is just going to be focused mainly on Season 2. When did Season 1 of The Eminence in Shadow come out? Let me see. The Eminence in Shadow. Season 1. 2022. There's 2 seasons of the show. Yeah, I'm going to skip this one. Just because I don't want any spoilers for Season 2. I do plan on watching Season 2. So I'm going to skip number 9. You can throw hate at me in the comments if you want. I really loved Season 1. I can't have any spoilers. I can't. The fact that it's on this list is just cemented in me really wanting to watch it, though. Can't do it. Wait. This is number 8? Is this a ranking in order? This is number 8. The list is fucked.
One man's freedom is
The list
another
is
man's
fucked.
genocide.
This is fucked.
Eren Yeager. Probably. Attack on Titan ended this
Probably.
year, and the internet had opinions. If you only browse Twitter, you might have thought half the people either think this was a masterpiece ending, no flaws, 10 out of 10, we all won, we all lost. Eren is a bird. Or, this ending ruined the series, ruined the characters, made the entire show pointless, spat on the legacy of everything he had done, no one's gonna remember Attack on Titan now. Eren is a bird.
Today, we're going to talk about how to stop smoking crack.
Now, with real people I've actually talked to, the consensus seems to be that this was a satisfying conclusion that did everything it needed to do. I had my slight nitpicks with the execution of this ending, but absolutely none of it took away from my love for this series as a whole. What Attack on Titan has achieved and the impact it's had on the global reach of anime is something that will go down in history as one of the defining shows of this era. This might not be my favorite ending of all time, but it is certainly the ending to one of my favorite anime of all time. So for one last time, thank you, Attack on Titan. Only those around now will know that feeling of after years of waiting through final seasons of final parts of final episodes, 2023 was that time we could definitively say that this was the final bit of Attack on Titan we'll ever get to sell. God damn it.
Wait, that's not... What? Wait, I thought it was like a spin-off set in the same universe. Is that official? What's the news around Attack on Titan? I thought it was a spin-off. It's not like a continuation of the story, is it? I thought it was a spin-off. I have to say, I'm one of those people who thinks the ending was fucking flawless. I throw hate at me all you want. Wherever you land on it. Attack on Titan, in my opinion, is a straight-up masterpiece. I loved it from start to finish. I think the ending did exactly what it needed to do, and I have no issues with it. I think most people probably wanted... I might be wrong here, but I think most people complain about the ending would have liked to have seen a happy ending, and I think a happy ending would have made no sense. It would have just, like, the whole show is brutal, dark, and heartbreaking. To have an ending that just like was happy would have ruined the entire show. It would have made no sense. The ending suited the themes of the entire show. It wasn't so dark that you felt like the journey was wasted, that no characters got any kind of like, any kind of gratification, and it wasn't so light that you felt like it didn't fit the themes of the show. I feel like it managed to do what it needed to do, and it was always going to struggle, and I feel like it did the best it possibly could. Wait, is this, Skip and Loaf?
Sometimes you just need a dose of wholesomeness to brighten up your day, but being a dude watching anime can sometimes feel like...
So what anime have you been watching? Oh, I'm watching this anime called Skip and Loafer, and it's just one of the most cute and adorable... Yo, you catch the latest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen at all?
There was nothing in 2023 that made me come out of every episode feeling as good as Skip and Loafer did. This shit was a weekly injection of sunshine into my veins. I mean, just look at this opening alone. The colors, the vibes, the catchy song, this goddamn dance. It's enough to make any grown-ass man internally scream, "Ah! This is so cute!" Fuck yeah, violence, am I right, lads? Skip and Loafer is about as straightforward as you can get. A country bumpkin moves to the big city and adjusts to a new high school life. It doesn't need any complex...
I gotta be real, if this... when I watch Skip and Loafer, the fact that this is rated higher than Attack on Titan, if this is like an order list, there was no confirmation that it wasn't. It could be random, but if it is order, I'm telling you, Gigguk, if I watch Skip and Loafer, it better be better than Attack on Titan. I'm just saying.
Plot, because it exudes this air of authenticity.
And whatever the next 6 anime are.
Goddamn good. It's rare to find an anime as genuine as this one, because when I say high school life, I don't mean your typical cutesy anime high schoolers that are like... These are teenagers.
What was that?
Teenagers, just enjoying their lives to the fullest. No melodrama, no overly anime bullshit. This is youth and adolescence at its most pure without feeling like it's been put through some moe anime filter, and there's just something so endearing about that. But Gigguk, I'm an adult, why would I be interested in teenagers? Look, as a certified man, wait, that line sounded really wrong. Look, as a certified man baby pretending to be a grown-up, let me tell you, adulting sucks. We have jobs, we have responsibilities, we have goddamn taxes. Sometimes you yearn for a time when life was simpler and more straightforward, and maybe that time is romanticized. Maybe you're...
Gigguk, are you okay? Are you okay, bro? Are you okay, man? Do you want to cuddle? I give good cuddles, my friend. I can give you a good cuddle. Someone cuddle Gigguk. Is someone close to him? Is he okay? Like, adulthood's pretty great, you know? It's pretty great. I'm just saying, you know? It has its ups and downs, but so does childhood. Gigguk, you okay? Something. Gigguk needs a cuddle.
Looking back at that time through rose-tinted glasses. But whether you are or you aren't, you'll never know, because we'll never be able to get that time back again. Ever. And it's those
Gigguk is really bumming me out. I'm gonna be real.
times you cherish and reminisce about that this show encapsulates perfectly. Like, there's this one scene where our main girl comes home for the first time during her summer break. She stayed up way too late catching up with her friends and slept in, but it's alright. Her mum's taken the day off and she has the whole summer ahead of her. So on this boiling hot day, her mum slices her up a watermelon and the episode slows down to a crawl as we see her just taking a moment to enjoy this watermelon while the sounds of summer ring on in the background, and she just stops and just appreciates.
I'm gonna be real. That sold me. I'm gonna be real. That sold me. It actually really did. Everything Gigguk was saying, I just felt in that one scene. Everything. And I'm not exaggerating. It took me back to like boiling hot summer holidays and like running around, being out with your friends all day, coming back sweating, sometimes having to change your clothes because they're muddy, put on different clothes, going back out again, being out way too late. You know, I'll get back before this time. You look, it's already half an hour past that time. You're like, oh shit. You're like running home. I felt it all. I felt it all.
And just like that, her summer was over.
Damn. So I'm guessing sometimes in the openings when this is gonna I might skip this one. I guess it's sometimes in the openings when it's muted is because of copyright reasons. I think I'm gonna have to skip this one too, guys. I'm halfway through Heavily Delusion, and I know it is like a complicated spoiler-heavy anime. I don't know if I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm gonna have to skip this one. I don't want any spoilers, even as light as they are. And the thing is, the Oshinoko thing freaked me out because he did go through the entirety of season 1. He like said everything that happened, and it kind of made me a bit worried that there might be some spoilers in here. So I'm going to I'm gonna skip it. I don't want to spoiler. I'm playing it safe. Heavenly Delusion. I don't want to spoiler. But Heavenly Delusion is fantastic. It is awesome. And I'm halfway through. I can't have it. I'm skipping it. You can hate me if you want, but I got to. What's this one? Where is this one? So it's been muted. Is this One Piece? Is this One Piece? What is this?
And I don't want to watch these Chinese cartoons, but in 2023,
What is
anime
this?
went, alright, but what if we had Chinese cartoons? Japan. Apothecary Diaries is an anime that takes place in ancient China, not China, in a palace setting that immediately reminded me of these badly dubbed Chinese soap operas I sometimes walk into my mum watching as a kid. At the beginning, I didn't fully realize what the big hook of this show was. Was it the House MD style medical detective stories?
So this anime actually nearly won our tournament recently. What did it get beaten by? Can't remember what it got beaten by. Sword Art Online. That's right, it got beaten by Sword Art Online. But yeah, Apothecary Diaries nearly won our tournament to watch, and Sword Art Online just beat it. I do want to watch this. I've heard it's amazing.
Was it the historical drama surrounding the palace politics? Yes. But on top of that, it has, simply put, the best female character we could find all year. And sometimes, that's all it takes. For far too long, anime seems to think we want only one thing, and it's this. No. How about nothing more than just a well-written, believable, compelling female protagonist?
I mean...
And this. Mao Mao is a character that is...
Who says that you can't have one without the other? Who's making these rules? You can have one and the other. Put it together. That's what we want. We want the best of both worlds. Don't just take one of the worlds away from us.
Deserves to be in the running for one of the best protagonists we saw in 2023, and was such a breath of fresh air to see. Her presence was empowering without conforming to what a lot of shows seem to think a good female character is. It's not that she's not like other girls, or premium waifu bait, or a strong female character trademark. She's just a girl. A well-written, believable one that doesn't forget that she's a person first before being just another girl. She doesn't have to be unfeminine to find the overly flirtatious attitude of some pretty boy unappealing. She cannot be your typical waifu bait and still absolutely slay when she needs to. She's not strong because she can beat up 100 guys, but because she's headstrong in her own values and beliefs. Here is a clever realist who acknowledges her place in the palace hierarchy, but isn't afraid to throw hands when shit needs to get done.
Damn, my girl just factory reset that bitch.
Seeing Mao Mao passionately sold
Gigguk really does an excellent job at like riding that fine middle, doesn't he? Like he does a fantastic job where he can be cheeky, fun, like non-serious and serious. And the thing is, he can throw all of that into like a 30-second explanation of an anime. It's amazing how well he is at giving this fantastic commentary where he's able to literally jump so many different sides of this line, ride the middle line. Like this explanation of Apothecary Diaries went from jokey, cheeky to serious to like fun. It's amazing how well he does
these medical
He's
mysteries
brilliant.
while asserting her fucking dominance all over the palace politics made this such a compelling watch. And hopefully more shows will be able to take note of great characters like this.
She just goes around slapping everybody. I'm here for that. I can watch that. Pluto. Isn't this an old anime?
Appreciating the statue of David up close, getting to see Lionel Messi dribble past 5 players, watching Jack Nicholson command every scene he's in. It doesn't matter what the subject matter is, it's always enthralling to see an absolute master of their craft at work. And that's the exact feeling I get whenever I get to see anything written by Naoki Urasawa, and Pluto was absolutely no exception.
I thought this was old. Is this not old?
A robot that was perfect. The greatest robot the world has ever seen.
There are only a few mangaka that can boast such a legendary status as Urasawa himself, when you have a track record of titles like Monster, and absolute...
Wait, is Pluto the anime that I saw a trailer to on Netflix recently where it was a detective android robot that goes on a mission finding out who's killing other androids or who's killing other robots? So the scene I saw like a minute-long scene, was him like walking into like a cave and there's like a robot that's dying. And it's like, oh, you're the famous detective robot. And he's like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out who's killing you, or something like that. Is that the anime?
Absolute masterpiece with arguably the greatest villain anime has seen. 20th Century Boys, not just my favorite manga of all time, but one of my favorite pieces of fiction to exist. Pluto is meant to be one of his weaker works, according to diehard fans. And goddamn, if this is him operating at his lowest potential, this is like sending in your weakest fighter, and that fighter turns out to be Gojo fucking Satoru, and wait. Yeah, that analogy checks out. This has all the calling cards of a classic Urasawa tale. He sets the stage, a sci-fi world where humans
really
and
cool.
robots coexist, a series of unsolved murders, a detective that is missing part of his memories, a robot that has done the impossible and
This is
taken
it.
a human life.
That's the scene. That's the scene I saw. That scene. This is it. This is the anime.
He hooks you into his world and leaves you with a single question
I
when
saw a
the
trailer
first
for a
episode
Netflix.
ends. Just how deep does this rabbit hole go?
It looked
the man's
really
ability
cool.
to construct a mystery and captivate
I
an
thought it
audience
looked
through
awesome.
his mastery of suspense, to me, has the same level of craftsmanship as seeing a master blacksmith make a legendary sword. Every episode is so dense with emotion, a plot that will keep you guessing
Looks
through all the
beautifully
twists and
animated
turns,
as
sitting
well.
on top of the sheer thematic depth of the story that every single character carries on their back. And by the
It looks like kind of give me Blade Runner kind of vibes from it.
the end of it all, he'll leave you with these ideas that you'll be thinking about far after the credits roll. This is some of the finest storytelling you can find anywhere. If I had to make a guess why this didn't make as big of an impact as it probably should have, well, this was an adaptation of a sci-fi manga that was written 20 years ago that was originally a reimagining of Astro Boy, a manga that came out 60 years ago. So, inevitably, there might be some aspects that feel a bit dated. What's this? A war involving the invasion of some Middle Eastern country predicated on the possible developments of robots of mass destruction? Oh hey, there's a guy called Adolf. He's a bad guy.
Couldn't agree with you more, my dear.
What? There is? Okay. Interesting choice of name. When was the fucking original written? When was Astro Boy written?
Dear Adolf.
But along with a slightly lukewarm ending, this doesn't take away from the legacy of one of the greatest mangakas alive right now. So, I have one question left.
What's a
Are we
mangaka?
ready to attempt a 20th Century Boys anime?
What's a mangaka? What does he mean with that? I don't know what that is.
Domain expansion.
Super fucking interesting getting an idea of what Gigguk's type of anime is, because his list has no consistency to it at all. So fully understanding what kind of genres this man likes the most, I'm finding next to impossible. I honestly don't know. Because Attack on Titan he ranked as number 8. But he has Jujutsu Kaisen as number 3. He had Skip and Loafer and Pluto, which seemed like two completely different stories for him in there, along with Apothecary Diaries. His list is so random. And that's not me saying he should be like single genre, because you already know the amount of different styles and genres of anime I react to. We try and keep it so broad. But I would say if it came to my rankings would have like a similarity to them. But Gigguk's don't have any kind of similarity. It is the most random ranking I've seen in any anime community. Whenever I asked anyone, this is the most random. Love to talk to him about
When
his,
you
like,
watch an action anime,
taste
you
in
normally go through a season where you might see a ton of great action, but you know it all builds up to this one, or at most 2 episodes where the production values skyrocket and you're treated to this insanely animated fight that will drop your jaw to the floor. These are the scenes that everyone remembers and defines the top fights of the year. Jujutsu Kaisen went, how about we do that? For every single episode. I don't think I've ever quite experienced the collective adrenaline-filled ride Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 has given me. You put on an episode and be watching some of the sickest shit that's ever been put on screen, and you think to yourself, there's no way they could ever top this. And it's at that moment the show will look you dead in the eye and go, I'll fucking do it again. And then it does. Again and again and again and again and again and again. So many amazing moments, so many sick-ass scenes. Midway through the season, the hype got to me, and I excitedly tweeted out, it should be goddamn illegal for an anime to go this hard. That was the same day all this came out. One of the biggest talking points has been Mappa's treatment of their animators during the season.
I was wondering if we were going to address this in this discussion, but yeah, obviously. It's a shame because it did sour the taste of Season 2. Season 2 being some of the most peak, absolutely epic shit I've ever witnessed in my fucking life. It was incredible, it was amazing. The fact that it was, oh my god, it was so good. I'm going to watch it again right now. But the treatment of the Mappa employees is absolutely fucking disgusting, and if these people are literally carrying you on their back, you deserve to give them more love. The only reason Mappa exists and makes money is because of these wonderful people. So they should be treated like the freaking gods they are.
And I think it's a testament to the blood, sweat, and tears poured into this that we got a product this fantastic despite the hellish working conditions they were going through. Demon Slayer, Mob Psycho, this may not have gotten the opportunity to be as polished as shows like that, but to it is unmatched when it comes to its raw stylistic flair. Every single fight has a unique identity not constrained to one genre of action. We got gritty hand-to-hand combat, city-wide disaster-level brawls, insanely unique powers, idle dance beatdowns. There was a mecha fight, a fucking mecha fight in a shonen anime. The amount of hype, the amount of fucking sheer disrespect. We got fucking rabbits throwing hands. This is one of the greatest showcases I've ever seen of, for lack of a better term, fucking cool shit. This felt like the purest celebration of fight scenes and choreography. We were in the audience. They got to marvel at a symphony of some of the coolest set pieces you can find.
I agree with everything.
The Shibuya
So
arc may
good.
not have been peak storytelling or the peak of all shonen arcs, but right now this is the peak of action spectacle.
I agree. I do agree. I think of every anime I've seen so far, that may be the coolest action I've seen. And that's not me saying like the action in Attack on Titan isn't cool, but Jesus, in terms of in a single season, it's hard to not just like give it the crown, you know? It was incredible.
The way elves see this world is a mystery.
I thank you, Frieren. It's solely because of you that this retired hero could have one final adventure.
Is this the dub? I'm starting to wonder if Gigguk is a dub watcher. No, I would never have expected that. Again, this is not like a throwing any shade or anything like that. I just wouldn't have expected it from like a hardcore anime fan, like ever. That's really surprising, but it might just be the way the editing's done. Maybe to address a wider audience, and that way he doesn't have to include subtitles, so it could just be a calculated move on the editing's part, which would make a lot of sense. I have to say, Frieren, in my opinion, is flawless. It is flawless. I'm not saying it's my favorite anime. I'm not saying it's my favorite anime 2023 or all time or anything like that, so if anyone... I haven't said what my top 5 are, and I don't know if I ever will. But I will say this. I think Frieren is perfect. Perfect. I can't think of a single thing about this anime I would change.
Frieren opens on the story of an elf girl who takes for granted the time she has with the people around her. Decades pass in the blink of an eye, her companions age, and before she has the chance to fully get to know them, they're gone. It's a regretful, poignant tale that shoots straight to your goddamn soul. And then the opening's like... The show took a different approach.
I kind of love that. I kind of love that. Because I've been saying this for ages. I think Millet's ending perfectly complements Frieren. I think the opening, as great as the opening is, it felt very out of place in terms, especially in the earlier episodes of Frieren. In terms
to
of
fantasy adventure while encapsulating everything that the genre is about. There might not be any demon lord to defeat or world to save, but instead we have a journey about appreciating the smaller things in your life. The beautiful things you might have missed if you forgot to look for them. I showed this to a mate and he was like, Frieren? You mean side quests, the anime? And I bloody ate him. Because of how fucking accurate that is. Yet it's through...
He's bang on. This is my description of Frieren. Frieren, this is how I describe it. This is my opinion. Some people say I'm wrong. This is how I describe it to people. Frieren is like they decided to create an anime about a video game. And you've played through the video game, you've pressed play on the video game, you jump straight into it, and you ignore all the side missions, like Assassin's Creed or Witcher, that like an open world video game. And you ignore all the side missions, and you play the main story, and you keep playing the main story, and you complete the main story. And a little menu pops up going, bling, bling. Would you like to continue playing? Would you like to explore the world? And you click yes. And that is where Frieren begins. The main story has been completed, you've clicked yes, and now you're exploring the world. You're doing all the side quests, you're checking out all the things you missed, and you're exploring this giant world you didn't even touch before. That is how I would describe Frieren.
Through those detours you take along the road to your destination that Frieren absolutely shines. It's the type of show that grips you without ever needing to hit you with any flashy, high-intensity action scenes to keep your attention, and then hits you with these flashy, high-intensity action scenes. This series didn't need to go hard in its animation in any way, shape, or form, but chooses to do so anyway. This is what it's like to watch a fully polished product, but like Frieren's own journey, these are not the moments that stick with you.
I
For
agree.
the world-saving adventure she went on, the slice of memories we
polished.
get are those small moments that really defined the time she spent with her party. And as she forms new bonds, you start to see those small pieces she begins to pick up from the people around her that slowly become a part of her. This is what every fantasy tale aspires to be. It's shows like these that somehow make you nostalgic for an experience you've never had, friends you've never made, but at its heart, it's a gentle reminder to cherish the things in your life that really matter, to make the most of the time with the people you truly value.
so agree. Oh my god, I could cry right now. Frieren is beautiful. If you haven't seen Frieren and you're watching this for any reason, change that. It's an incredible journey. It's just stunningly beautiful, and it truly is just... It's just a masterpiece. I don't want to say masterpiece. I take it back. I never like saying masterpiece about an anime that is ongoing. I feel like to use the word masterpiece, the anime needs to be completed, so I take it back. But it is flawless, perfect. And I have no doubt in my mind when it is complete, that is a word I will happily use. What the hell is number one? What beats Attack on Titan? Vinland Saga. Alright. This is gonna suck, because I'm gonna end the video here. I'm avoiding all spoilers. Put it this way. A lot of you have told me that this video should be spoiler free and it should be fine. But I'm gonna say this right now. The Oshi no-ko thing was a spoiler. There was tons of spoilers in that. So, maybe they're spoilers about context, but as someone who's seen it, they're spoilers. And I am going to be starting Vinland Saga in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't, in my right mind, press play on this. And the fact that it's Gigguk's number one has just enhanced my excitement for this. So, I am going to end the video there. I'm going to end it there. You can hate me if you want. You can throw tomatoes at me, but I've got to. All right? I want to go into Vinland Saga spoiler free. I am super intrigued to know if this is Gigguk's official rankings, if this is how he ranks this year. I don't know if this is in order. My guess would be no. Because if it is in order, seems incredibly strange. But then again, I need to maybe open my mind a little bit and say not everyone's going to have the same taste. Everyone's taste is completely different. So with that in mind, could easily be Gigguk's order. For me personally, there's a lot on this list I haven't seen, so it'd be hard for me to fairly rank them. Frieren, I think, is amazing. Jujutsu Kaisen is amazing. Freaking Attack on Titan, amazing. Heavenly Delusion seems fantastic. Like, all the ones I've seen on this list deserve to be on this list. Zone 100 has been on my list for a while. But yeah, if it is in order, I gotta say it's criminal that Attack on Titan is not in the top 3. But fair enough. Maybe Gigguk didn't really like the ending. And it's not like... The way I'm looking at this list, we're not ranking the entire anime. We're ranking the 2023 episodes we got of that anime. So with that in mind, Gigguk may have just not really appreciated or liked that ending. But didn't we get 2 episodes in 2023? So there we go. And when I say appreciated, that's not me saying he missed the point of it or anything like that. I just mean Gigguk may just not have liked it as much as someone else. Which is completely fair. Vinland Saga, number 1. I've heard from everyone that's seen Vinland Saga that it is awesome. And we will be starting it in 3 weeks once we finish Heavenly Delusion. And I cannot wait to watch it. I'm super excited because I'm a huge fan of Vikings. I'm a huge fan of the era of Vikings. In most of my videos, you'll see me wearing a axe head Viking pendant with engravings. I love that era. It's an era I love. And people have always known that, and they've always said I'd like Vinland Saga, and it's finally won the tournament, and we're finally going to be watching it after a year of watching anime. So I am super excited to catch it. But I cannot watch the video. I can't. Even if it's got one spoiler, I don't want it to spoil anything for me. So yes, that is it. That is Gigguk's list. I have to say, shout out to this dude's editing. His videos are fantastically well put together. His commentary is amazing to listen to. I love his humor and his vibes and his energy, and he's just wonderful. And honestly, this was an incredibly well put together and enjoyable video to watch. I want to thank you, all of you, who have been recommending this to me. It's been so heavily recommended, so I just had to watch it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed my reaction to it. Please make sure you go subscribe to Gigguk and you give him a like on his video. You go show him some love, give him a comment, just go support him. This is his video, he deserves the credit. So if you've made it all the way to the end, please make sure you go click the link in the description and watch his video as well. He's the one who put all the effort in, so please go check him out and go show him some love. The guy is absolutely amazing and a freaking sweetheart. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this reaction. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know, what would your top 5, make it easier for yourself, what's your top 5 anime of 2023? What do you think is the best anime of 2023? What would you say? And let's keep it just the episodes, like Gigguk did. Just the episodes. Anime episodes that came out in 2023, or full seasons. What is your top 5 of 2023? Let me know. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say in that comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, my friends, you will see me in the next video.